All right, thank you, Brooke. We are on top of developments overseas this morning because of the local connection here in Southern California. The Armenian government says it has agreed to truce with Azerbaijan. For 2 days, Azerbaijan struck targets inside of Armenia, killing at least 100 soldiers. Azerbaijan, described by human rights advocates as a petrol dictatorship, said it was retaliating against Armenia and that Armenia fired first. When Congressman Adam Schiff heard about these attacks, he announced that he will ask Congress to cut off U.S. financial aid to the oil-rich country. The Burbank Congressman joins us live this morning to talk about that this morning. Thank you so much for your time, Congressman. Thanks for being here.
Good to be with you.
Why don't you talk about what you asked Congress to do? How much money are we talking about? People who don't follow this story closely are unaware.
Well, the United States has provided over time probably hundreds of millions of dollars to Azerbaijan. And there's no reason for the U.S. to be supporting a country that is unilaterally making war on its neighbor, on a democratic neighbor and an ally. And here, notwithstanding the Azerbaijani false statements to the contrary, this was all Azerbaijan. Unprovoked attack on Armenia. I think Azerbaijan believes that Russia and the rest of the world may be sufficiently distracted with the war in Ukraine that it can get away with this. And we have to show that the United States is not distracted and that we aren't going to engage in some kind of false equivalence, merely calling on both sides to refrain from violence when it's Azerbaijan that is committing murder on the border here. And so the bill that I introduced, along with the co-chairs of the Armenian caucus, would cut off funding for Azerbaijan and enforce the law that's already on the books that says that while Azerbaijan continues to be an aggressor and violate human rights, they will not get U.S. support.
To be clear, over $100 million was sent by this administration to Azerbaijan. This is following the 2020 war, so that was in 2021. Moving on to this, for those who say the U.S. has enough problems, why are we involved in a situation that doesn't directly impact majority of people in this country? What's your answer to that? Why does this matter?
Well, as we've seen time and time again, a war that begins in one region doesn't always stay in one region. And there's certainly a concern of a broader war erupting within the Caucasus, pulling in Turkey, pulling in NATO allies, other NATO allies, and pulling the United States in ultimately. More than that, Armenia is an ally. It is a fellow democracy. We have a lot of values that we share with Armenia and with the people of Artsakh. And I think we have a moral obligation to come to their aid as well. And so this, I think is directly pertinent to our own national security interests when it involves an ally like this and when it involves the precedent that Russia set in Ukraine, now Azerbaijan is setting in Armenia, that might makes right. And you can simply invade your neighbors and remake the map by dint of military force. That is not a principle we ought to subscribe to.
Congressman, while we have you here, we thought we would ask you about another subject that voters are looking at. This week, Senator Lindsey Graham introduced a bill that would ban abortions nationally after 15 weeks. Now, are you surprised this is an issue the GOP wants in front of voters going into the November elections?
Well, they seem to be quite determined whether they think it's, wise or not. This is where they're coming from. From decades, they've been trying to ban abortion. Now they got the Supreme Court they wanted through the machinations of Mitch McConnell, depriving Obama of an appointment and then jamming another appointment on the country while Americans were voting for Joe Biden. And the result is now Lindsey Graham can introduce a bill to ban abortion. And if the Republicans were in charge, it would pass. But it does, you're right, give lots of Americans incentive now, strong motivation to turn out and vote for Democrats who will support women's reproductive freedom. So I'm not sure that the Republican Party leadership is thrilled with Lindsey Graham right now, but he is doing what his party wants and what his party has always intended to do when they got the Supreme Court they wanted.
Congressman Schiff, thank you so much for making time for us this morning. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, such an